Um, golly, that's awesome. Yeah, so you're gonna take something mild if you take anything at all. Where were the non-opioid pain alternatives? Who the heck takes 1 to 3 milligrams for a pain scale of 2, right? And so I mean, it might not be unreasonable in a certain patient population, maybe. Okay, why do you think hydromorphone was the drug of choice here? What would motivate someone to have that as the order set primary? When is it, let me re-ask the question, when is it appropriate to use hydromorphone? Sure, somebody that needs more acute pain management. Okay, who else? They don't respond to non-opioids. Yeah, so it's severe pain, right? So they have a higher pain tolerance, pain threshold. Um, they can take a big hit. What else? Who else? Hmm? Sure. Yeah, so acute pain on chronic pain. So acute on chronic. Yep, that's a good one. What else? Maybe that'd be relative to the pain. Actually, we got hydromorphone out of our surgery and our ER whenever I left the last place. But what's one excuse we use it for? Allergy? Yeah, allergy, right? This is a good old fashioned what we call a don't call me order. Okay? So patient claims they got an allergy, so let's just give everybody hydromorphone, whatever. Probably not a good practice. Okay, what else on, so we could use alternative agents, okay. Let's see, measurements we kind of talked about, so I think we made it through it. Questions about this exercise? Did this exercise make you come up with things that you wouldn't have come up with on your own? Good, all right, just want to make sure it's useful. All right, so let's go back to this analyze a little bit because it feeds into our discussion on improve. So we'll talk about improvements. So just to recap, I mentioned this before. So we did an Ishikawa for this one. Would you all say this is a complex problem or a simple problem? Pretty complex, right? Lots of moving pieces. Who knows? You know, one of the things that I've heard in depositions before is, can you say with absolute certainty that this specific thing caused this patient's death? No. But all these things together created a perfect storm to make it happen, right? And so when we talk about that, we want to look at what are those things that come together. And so that's where we get y as a function of x, right? So you've just identified a whole bunch of x's, right? All the things that went wrong, all the things that could have gone wrong. We'll come back to that. Simple problems are a little more easily solved by 5y's, okay? Let's go through a 5y exercise so you understand what that means, okay? Let's do this as a group, actually. So let's play out a fictional scenario, and I'll let you make up the story as you go. The fictional scenario is that you got a parking ticket. Okay? No, let's say a speeding ticket. That's a little more fun, right? Okay, so you got a speeding ticket on the way to, did anybody actually get a speeding ticket? Anybody want to self-identify? Anybody got a speeding ticket on the way to work or on the way to school today? Okay, good. It's not hitting too close to home. I won't see that on the evaluation. All right, so thanks for those that laughed. So if y'all want to get in your groups just real quick, walk through a 5 whys. I want you to ask why 5 times, and let's find out where you ended up. All right, so 5 whys. You got a speeding ticket today. Why? So go ahead and do that in your group real quick. We'll report out in like 1 minute. Oh, hang on real quick. We're going to report out 2 things, so I want you all to write these down. I want to know what your 3rd why was, and I want to know what your 5th why was. Okay, the answer to your 3rd why and the answer to your 5th why, and that's what we're going to report out. Okay, I think everybody's been able to get through almost all 5. All right, so let's round robin this. Let's just go through this. We're going to knock this out real fast. What was your third why? No, let's start with 5th why, because I think that's more fun. What was your 5th why? Dr. Martin was late to class. That's probably a realistic scenario. All right, so what about back here? What was y'all's 5th why? Or the last why you got to?
We didn't get to it yet.
Didn't get to it? All right, what'd y'all get to? Speed trap. Those wily guys. How about back here? We're from Texas. All right, back here. One of the 2 groups back here. I was just irresponsible. Aw, you need a hug? Okay, just checking. All right, how about just down a group, down here? Running late. Wow, was your 5th why? Wow, y'all really dissected that problem. All right, how about over here? Speed trap on a road that no one travels down. That is way harder to say than it sounded. Down here, we all the same group? What'd y'all call? Okay, weren't thinking about what the speed was, just driving. How about y'all?
Coffee maker sucks.
Coffee maker sucks. All right, I like it. Did y'all come up with a separate one, or were y'all with one of the 2 groups?
Our 5th one is because our sister's skin was turning blue.
Because our sister's skin was turning blue. All right, that's a new one. All right, how about 3rd why? Let's just get a couple of those. Let's just go backwards. What was y'all's 3rd why?
I think it was need coffee in the morning.
Need coffee in the morning. How about third why back there? All the way in the back, one of the 2 groups back there. Stayed up late. Okay. How about back here? 3rd why? The From Texas group. Okay, let's get the next group. Down here, 3rd why? The what? The speedometer wasn't accurate. It's what we call an external locus of control in academia. I'm just kidding. All right, so and then down here, guys. Running late to pick up my son. Okay, so at what point did it get silly for y'all, for your group? Some of y'all actually, there was the practical group over here. But good job, guys. You'll have a future in process improvement if this pharmacy gig doesn't work out. So at what point did it get silly for y'all, do y'all think? Which why? Number 4, 5, 4. Okay, so you see why we do 5 whys then? Usually you hit it around 3. You hit the root cause by 3. So the idea is to just keep asking questions till you get to the root cause. You see why that wouldn't work, though, on the problem that we had, how complex that problem was? So if we tried to do 5 whys with that medication error that happened, oh my goodness, it would be out of control. Okay? All right, so let's go back to this y as a function of x. So in your Ishikawa, you defined a whole lot of x's, all right? So things that went wrong. I want y'all to think about the simple solutions to those, all right? Potential solutions. I know y'all don't have the details of the hospital, but come up with what would be the thing to fix that. Example. So for the pain policy, for the reassessment, which I think will be a really challenging one, so I'll give you that one. One potential solution for that is to conduct some education on the policy and make sure that it's readily posted, right? Okay, so that could be a potential solution. So what I'd like you to do is take those problems that you identified, the people things, the machine things, the drug things, all of those, and what I'd like you to do is in a grid, and you can just create a new grid, but what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to come up with those solutions, and as you come up with the solutions, I want you to put it in one of these 4 boxes. Whether it has, what degree of impact is it going to have? So in other words, in your opinion, if that thing had been fixed, would it be more likely the patient would have lived today, right? Versus maybe, also looking at how easily can it be done? So some things are a lot harder to do than others, right? Changing human behavior is always hard. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, but it's always hard. So in other words, if you have human behavior, for example, and there's not much of a degree of impact, it belongs over here. Make sense? All right, so let's prioritize those X's. So whatever you came up with in your root cause, you should have a corresponding solution to that. Okay, so come up with those solutions, itemize them out, put them in the grid. Make sense? Good? Questions? I can't tell from your faces if it makes sense or not. Nod? Okay, I'll give you all about 10 minutes for that. And please don't put them in the boxes thinking that I feel like we should fix this and just put it in the box. Look at it from what's the degree of impact, how easily can it be done. All right? Sorry, just wanted to clarify that. And if you're wanting some potential solutions, I know y'all probably haven't had time to because the page wasn't published, but you may just look at the slide deck of Systems and Technology, the one that was recorded. Just look at the slides for that, and you may find some potential solutions there if you're kind of at a loss. Some of them might seem common sense, and go ahead and put those down. Don't feel like you got to be fancy about it. But some of them you may want to get a little more intricate.